So this is day number 2 of filming every day until I find a job. Again, as most of you know by now, I am currently searching for another job because the last one was not a good fit. And if you haven't seen that video, you can click and go watch that now. I'm going to try and add a card to that video. I don't know if I will because I'll probably forget, but it is the video that was posted the day before, and that will kind of give you a background of what to look for, kind of signs that maybe you shouldn't take a job. So in today's video, I'm going to go over some things that may be positive and just some things that I came up in my head and from my past experience that would help if you were to lose a job or suddenly find you in a position where you went from employed to somehow employed. And let me just first mention unemployment or any kind of sudden change in life. It is scary. I would say that's the number one thing, is how scary it feels, and it is absolutely justified for you to feel that way. If you feel scared, that is normal. It is a change. It is something that's out of your control, and it is scary. And I can tell you that I am still scared. I was absolutely heartbroken, horrified, terrified, and I can't explain to you just how horrible the feeling is. Not only do you feel like a failure, you also have this immense amount of guilt and fear, and it is just the most unpleasant feeling that I do not wish upon anyone, because we all know everybody on this earth has value, and we are all trying our best every day. Even if we mess up, even if you see that person across from you at work, they are just not meeting their goals or deadlines for some reason, before you judge them, I would definitely ask you to think about maybe something going on in their life and ask if they are doing okay. I think it is just very important to think about maybe there's something else going on in their life that they might need help with and they need to deal with, and that is why they're underperforming at work. And everyone is trying their best, even if their best is not up to standards. I truly, truly believe every single person on this planet is always trying to do their best, and that includes you. or if it's just cleaning your house, maybe an area that you have neglected for a long time because you were so busy working, I would definitely say do that, and you'll be amazed how such a simple task can make you feel so much better after you do it. Number 2 is to learn something new or review something that you have learned in the past but may have forgotten or about or set on the back burner. I would definitely say learn something, because when you learn something, your brain will make new neurons and new connections, and that is such a great thing for the human brain. Even if you didn't just lose your job, I would still recommend this to everyone, is to learn something new every day, whether that's small or just a random fact about anything. Listening to a podcast, reading a book, or listening to an audiobook. I've been doing Duolingo and trying to relearn Chinese for a while now, and I'm reviewing math on it, and I'm learning chess on Duolingo. So if you use Duolingo, you should comment your username down below so we can be friends on the app, and then we can do weekly quests together. It's actually really fun, not gonna lie. And I have like 140 something day streak. I don't remember. It's almost 150 days, I think. That's almost a third. Wait, that's almost half of the year, because the year is 365 days, and I'm like at 150 day streak. So that is something I've committed to. That's like 5 months that I've been doing. Now, before I just blabber away about that, that's also, I'm not sponsored by the app. I just really find that it is a quick way to learn something for your day. So stay busy as much as you can by focusing on your hobbies. You can take care of your home or your apartment or your room and learn something new, and other things that are very, very important but so difficult to do is eating healthy whole foods. Make sure you're actually eating, because sometimes you are upset and you get so in your head that you actually, number 1, you can forget to eat. Number 2, you're just not in the mood to eat at all. But your body needs the fuel and the protein to function. And for you to job search properly, your brain needs calories to think. So make sure you're eating as much whole foods as you can, like fruits, vegetables, meats, nuts, as long as you're not allergic to it. I don't know why I had to say that, but I just had to, because I have somebody in my family who's allergic to peanuts. So eat and try as best as you can to stay on a regular sleep schedule. I mean, that's already asking a lot. I would start by just getting at least 6 hours of sleep if you can, because I know me, the first night it happened, I did not sleep for more than 30 minutes. I don't think I slept really at all. I'm pretty sure I was half awake the entire night, just replaying everything. And if that does happen, it sucks and you're gonna feel awful the next day, but forgive yourself for doing it, and then move on the next day and just stay hydrated and try to take naps the next day if you can, if that does happen to you like it did with me. And of course, listen to relaxing music consistent person when it comes to journaling. But every time I do write stuff down, I know I always feel better. And I'm just really bad at doing it because I always think, oh, I have something more important to do right now, like taking dishes out of the dishwasher, or I don't know, vacuuming, folding the laundry. I have other things that I need to be doing. But sometimes you gotta prioritize your mental health because you have to live with your brain for the rest of your life. And it's just you that's gonna have to live with your brain, no one else. Also, another thing is, even though you might feel like this happened because it's someone else's fault, you want to blame other people for what had happened to you. You really don't want to be doing that because then you start feeling like a victim. And once you have that mindset, you're less likely to take more actions to move forward. I would just say acknowledge that, not everything that happened was in your control. A lot of things may have contributed because other people's actions associated to what they have said about you. But you can't really blame them for what had happened because it's already happened. If anything,